Like, subscribe, comment, all that good stuff. Help promote and rank up my channel. So today we're going to be doing something a little different. We're going to be talking about how to fix She-Hulk Attorney at Law Episode 1, A Normal Amount of Rage. Something that could have been easily written better and should have been written better. The fictional character deserves better. This isn't some woke or anti-woke discussion. It's about good content. The writers have openly admitted to not knowing how to write this, and I'll address all those interviews, talking points as we go along. She-Hulk can be awesome, amazing, even feminist without being so poorly handled. Isn't it time someone actually tries to make a female superhero movie in the Marvel Cinematic Universe that's so well written that people are like, hell yeah, sign me up for the MCU if all your characters are that well written. I'll buy the collector's edition of tampons, even though I'm a dude. No, just kidding. I would never go that far. Look, valid criticism is being invalidated with your sexist man baby that doesn't understand the female experience and hates women because a bunch of people are yelling the women that it's woke, man, bad feminism, where the woman is the bestest at everything because she's a woman. I watched this with my wife, and she hated it. Nuanced discussion. Tons of people on both sides are nothing but extremists, like in every category of the internet. The Marvel Cinematic Universe has its own extremists that blindly praise everything they do. When people review films professionally that act like this is so good by calling other things trash that aren't in the MCU, that have less problems from a narrative storytelling standpoint, then I really begin to question their professionalism. Aside from the underwhelming CGI, bad editing, and this being shallow surface level, in-your-face bubblegum feminism, the story is the biggest issue. The script, Jessica Gao pitched a lawyer show that spans across episodes, a trial with Abomination. But she later discovered she and her writers weren't capable of writing that kind of lawyer show. I'm sure Charlie Cox, who played Daredevil on Netflix, his own superhero lawyer show, could get you in touch with those writers. Robert Downey Jr., I'm sure, was on Ally McBeal. There's a bunch of Law and Order shows. How can you not get capable writers for a Marvel Cinematic Universe project that almost everybody talks about wanting to be a part of, except for the VFX industry? She doesn't know how to write a lawyer show, but She-Hulk saying this is a lawyer show, not a superhero show. She has her saying that. But Jessica Gao doesn't even care about the origin of She-Hulk either. Then there's the Marvel heads wanted the spaceship to set up future MCU projects. Marvel is no longer focused on the here and now. It's quantity over quality. And Jessica Gao said she wanted to get the accident out of the way as fast as possible so they can write what they really care about, whatever the hell that is, which I guess is bathroom scenes. The bathroom scenes she fought for to include, which people are saying is so relatable to the female experience. Yeah, women might comfort her, put makeup on her. In reality, that does happen. But giving her clothes off their backs and assuming that a man did this to her, not that she was in a car accident or is possibly a drug addict, it's an exaggeration, an extreme exaggeration of the female experience that's cringe. And professional writers have to cut scenes they love if it doesn't move the narrative forward, which it doesn't. You can cut that out. It was said that setting up the whole mobster things would require a bunch of backstory, a bunch of setup, but not really. So let's talk about here's how to fix She-Hulk Episode 1, Disney Plus's She-Hulk Attorney at Law Episode 1, A Normal Amount of Rage. Open with Jennifer Walters in court, a trial that sees a mobster convicted. You can have dialogue in there about how he's frequently escaped conviction due to the corrupt system, that she's that good of a lawyer. She goes out to celebrate a big win with Bruce, but she gets shot because a hit's been put out on her. Bruce knows the consequences of doing a blood transfusion, but it's the only way to save her life. You're running out of time here, and she'll die if you don't do something fast, if you don't act fast. And to have that slowly come out later in the episode that even as smart as he is, he did this because he didn't want to lose another person he's close to. After Black Widow, Iron Man, Captain America, all of them being gone, he was terrified of losing another person. But until then, Jen is mad at him. Mad at Bruce / Hulk because my body, my choice. An argument that actually universally resonates with women. Now she's afraid that she'll have to live the kind of life he had. Going on the run from the government, being in isolation, never being able to be around people again. To her, a life like that isn't worth living. So due to the events, she's able to take a leave of absence from work, goes to train with Hulk because she wants to know everything and how to manage from the only person with experience of being a Hulk. As she trains, they slowly realize how different it is for her because it was just a blood transfusion, not a gamma blast. She's able to retain her personality and control herself, so it becomes more of a fun, lighthearted buddy comedy with heartfelt moments, brief talks that make her realize he did this. Bruce Banner did this to her because he lost everyone and didn't want to lose her. While she openly admits to harboring some resentment, still, she understands it was to save her life. But the my body, my choice thing is something that resonates with women. Like I said, universally, it's not these these micro transgressions or whatever you want to call them. Anyways, Jennifer Walters wants to go back to being a lawyer, while Hulk thinks that's a bad idea. Because whoever did this is still out there. He'll use his contacts to figure out who's responsible. Because they'll try again, while Jennifer is prepared, feeling capable of being able to handle it herself, that her Hulk form will protect her and take them by surprise when they try again. You can still have that scene that in the existing content feels like it's just out of nowhere. It's out of the blue. It's just slapped on there, tacked on at the end for no reason at all other than to finish off the episode and reveal She-Hulk to the world. You can still have Tatiana attack her in the courtroom at the end of the episode as it comes out that whoever hired the hitman wanted to send out the superpowered guns this time to make sure the job gets done, even if it's in broad daylight with tons of witnesses. End it. But surprise, Jennifer Walters is now She-Hulk, capable of defending herself. This outs her to the world, a superpowered lawyer that everybody flocks to with superpowered legal issues in the next episodes. Like, my property was damaged by Avengers fighting criminals. Who pays for that? Then you also have a clear direction of trying to figure out who wants Jennifer Walters dead and why. Is it just because she got this mobster convicted? What role was this mobster playing for this particular person? You'll have all these things that can make a clear sense of direction where the show's headed, what it needs to find out, what people need to know, while she's also trying to figure out how to juggle being She-Hulk as a lawyer in this world and all this superpowered issues that nobody has representation for, legal representation for. It really is a no-brainer, but what we got was so rushed, sloppy, And the fact that anybody is able to give this, and people complain, oh, this show's getting review bombed. They show all the ones. Yeah, it is getting review bombed. There are hundreds of ones before the show's even out. But guess what? There's hundreds of more tins. And that extremism shit, it's getting real old. I mean, there's legitimate shit wrong with stuff in these shows they put out, and blindly loving it, rating anything like this a 10, or saying that it's really solid and great. I just found it so shockingly bad. I can't believe anybody would give this a solid 10. That means perfection. You have to be really easy to please if you can rate this a 10 or even an 8 with the sloppy mess that it is. Like, subscribe, comment, all that good stuff. Stay awesome. Rock on.